Hey guys, I'm Lydia and welcome back to the channel. So I know it's been a while, okay, and I deeply apologize, but I've been going through some things, okay? And I'm actually feeling so much better to get back into re-cleaning and stocking up my house. So I have about 5 weeks until this baby is due. Yes, I'm pregnant. But 5 weeks until this baby is due, and I have so much fresh veggies and fruits that I've been getting from my neighbors that I really want to can up. I also have so many projects around the house that I want to do. So these next few videos, guys, that I'll be throwing at you, is just pretty much me getting ready and getting my house ready. But long story short, let's jump into this video. So today I'm going to be canning. I'm going to be canning up lemon curd. I have a whole bunch of lemons. I also might make me a lemon meringue pie out of whatever else is left out of these lemons. I do want to can up a couple containers of lemon juice as well if I have any extra. And I have some beautiful jalapenos here. Some of them are a little soft, and I'm going to go through these and see what's still salvageable because I've had these in my house for about a week now. And I really want to get through them before they go bad. I already wasted a whole batch of tomatoes a neighbor gave me that unfortunately I wasn't able to can up, and I had to get rid of it, and it made me so sad. I also have a 5-gallon bucket of pears that I got from a neighbor as well. But today we're just going to focus on these, and if I get to the pears, then we'll add those into this video as well. So let's jump in, okay? I'm going to start this because this might be a little bit of a half of all day process for me. But I'm going to start off actually making some candied jalapenos, which is what I want to start with first. So I'm going to grab my cutting board, get my liquid together. I have a pot right here that I'm going to use to measure out all of my ingredients. And we're just going to start throwing it together. So I'm going to get my pickling liquid in here in this pot and simmering. These jalapenos should give me between 3 and 4 pints of candied jalapenos. Alright, so we're going to start with that first. So for the start of this, I have some vinegar over here. I know I need about 3 cups of apple cider vinegar. We're going to pour that right in my pot. We have some mustard seeds I need. Some of these I just bought. Where's my measuring spoons? Ooh. Mustard seeds. It's supposed to be about 2 tablespoons of mustard seeds. I'm going straight in with. We're going to add some garlic as well. I have dried garlic here because I have so much dried garlic from last season, it's not even funny. And I'm still trying to use it all up. So that's what I'm using instead of fresh garlic today. We have cayenne pepper. And then some ground turmeric as well. Oh, if I can open it, I'll get it in there. Ah! I'm struggling. And then we're going to add in some salt. It does say I can use regular salt, but anytime I can, I always use this pickling salt, guys. I got it in bulk last season and I have so much left over. So that's what I am using. And then lastly, I'm going to just add some sugar into this pot. Look at that color already. Ow! And how much sugar do I need? About 4 cups. Okay. And let's grab a whisk. I'm gonna whisk this up, get it nice and incorporated, and then we're gonna just throw this on the heat while I prep my jalapenos. In the background, I'm not sure if you can see it, but I do have my water canner going, and I have my jars in it already. And we'll turn that on. So I do have my jars in my hot water bath already, just getting warmed up for me, which is great. I'm gonna put this over here and grab me a cutting board and a knife. And we're not making the same mistake I've made before in past videos. So I am going to grab me some gloves before I start cutting up these jalapenos. I'm gonna grab my jars out of my water bath canner, and I'm just gonna slice each jalapeno up. I'm gonna leave the seeds in whole. We're just gonna take the edge off, and then I'm gonna cut them into about 1/4 inch rounds. I am going to give these a quick rinse. I rinsed these off already and cleaned them, but they've been sitting out since I rinsed them yesterday. So I am gonna rinse it just one more time, make sure they're really clean, and then we'll start slicing, all right? So that's what I'm gonna start with first, and then I'll work on this big old batch of lemons over here. And I am gonna pack them in there very tight as you can. Get them in, okay? Let me grab another jar. Alright, so I was able to get 7 jars total out of these. Like I said, my liquid is done warming up. So I am going to top all of these jars off with our liquid. I have my bands here. And I did buy some new lids for these. And I have my lid sitting in hot vinegar water. I always put vinegar in my boiling water canner just to help clear off the sides of the jar. It just makes it easier for me to do that. So I'm going to grab a ladle, if I can find one, and start ladling my liquid right over these. So now all my jars are full. I am going to move this stuff and clean up my mess a little bit, just so I can come back, wipe my lids, put them in the boiler, the water bath canner, and then we'll start on our lemons. Let me get my lids out of the hot water. I can tell already, some of these lemons I am not going to be able to use. But some of them are salvageable. So hopefully I'm able to make at least one batch of lemon curd that I can. One batch recipe gives, in the ball canning book, gives me about 4 quarts. So that would be fine. And like I said, I also do want to try to get a lemon meringue pie out of it today. Hopes. We're going to have hopes. First thing I'm going to do is start off by juicing every single lemon that I can save. And then I'm also going to zest the ones with the pretty skins as well. Well, with pretty peels. I will be zesting those as well. And I'm going to put that in a separate bowl. So I am going to grab a bowl for that right now, just so I have it all together in one area. And I'm not moving around too much. This I know is going to be a little tedious. A little tedious and take me the longest. So that's what I'm going to do now. Before I actually get like my eggs and everything else weighed out for the curd recipe. Ugh. If I could stop squirting juice everywhere, I probably would have had more than 8 cups of juice. But that just went all the way across. And last one. Alrighty. So officially, we got 7.5 cups of lemon juice. I am tired and hot. Oh, okay. Let's clean up and move on to the next step. Okay, guys, these are what our pickled jalapenos look like. Oh, aren't they so pretty? They really are. I'm so excited for them. So I just have them over here chilling out. I'm going to put my little towel right over it. And we're going to get some more stuff going in that canner so we can add some more stuff to that towel. So to start off our lemon curd, I have 7 eggs. Nope, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I got 11 eggs total, guys, right here. We need 7 egg yolks and then 4 whole eggs. So I am going to start separating our eggs. And then our 3 whole eggs are going to go in. And this one, because I did break a little one and I added some of the yolk, I'm going to add some of the white. I'm going to add some white in there. So I have my yolks in here. We'll add our sugar. I did fill up my big sugar container, so I'm just going to use the rest that's in this bag. And it's 2.5 cups of sugar that we're using. I have a pot over here. I just turned it on. So once that gets to a boil, we're going to put this right on top. And that's going to be the double boiler we're going to use. Just because my stove is a little full right now. So I have our eggs, our sugar in here. We're going to measure out our lemon juice, and I am going to strain this. And I just need a cup of lemon juice, which is right here. Now, when you do can it, they always say to use the bottled lemon juice. I chose to use fresh, but I am going to add a little bit of bottled lemon juice I chose to use fresh, but I am going to add a little bit of bottled lemon juice in here just to even it out and make sure the acidity is where it needs to be, because that's the concern when it comes to canning. And I have a rubber spatula right here as well. So I'm going to stir all of this together just to break my eggs up before we get it on the heat. If you have a whisk, it would be so much better. But I really need to reorganize my kitchen because I have so many appliances and so many tools. And the problem with that is I can't get my drawer open. So these drawers open, but my drawer that my extra whisk is in will not open for me at all. I don't know why. Something's in there blocking it. So I'm going to wait for hubby to come home and fix that for me. I tried sticking my hand in it. It's not doing nothing. We're going to add in our lemon juice. And then I'm going to measure out the zest just to make sure I put the right amount in. So you're supposed to heat this mixture up to 175 degrees before we start canning. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. And that's really just until your sugar dissolves. Remember, it is going to cook a little more and thicken up when you get it into the water bath, well, into our water canner. So I am not going to overcook this at all because I don't want it to curdle. My water canner is hot. Those bottles going are actually boiling. Well, my can jars that are in there are boiling right now. So I did lift the lid. And we're just going to make sure we keep it warm for now. All right. While this liquid heats up, I am going to wash some of my dishes because I have a whole lot. And I'm only going to wash what I need because that's just who I am for right now. And then once we finish and get all of this in the canner, I'll do a big batch. But I do want to wash the utensils, like I said, that I am going to need to finish this off. So that's what I'm going to do while this continues to cook and heat up. And then I have my rings and jar lids here. So I am all prepared and ready to rumble. Whenever you're doing eggs, guys, in a double boiler, make sure you're moving them. Okay, the point of doing it in a double boiler so we don't curdle our eggs, but we also want to make sure we keep the liquid moving so it doesn't curdle as well. Okay, again, this would be so much easier with a whisk, but I didn't have one at the moment that I can use. I have our butter here. I'm debating if I want to use real butter or dairy-free butter because I know, depending on what I turn this into, if I use real butter, my son won't be able to have it because he does have a dairy allergy. I think I am going to just stick with the real butter just so we don't mess anything up with this recipe. Because again, we are canning it and I want it to be safe and shelf stable. This recipe calls for 3/4 cups of butter. So I do have 2 sticks. Each stick is a 1/2 cup. I'm only going to use half of this stick right here and I'm going to use a full one here. And we're going to cube this up. We want this mixture to reach, like I said, 170. So I'm going to stick my candy thermometer in right now. See where we're at. Because our sugar is nice and dissolved, which is great. We are sitting at 150, so I got about 20 more degrees to go. And then we can add in our butter and start canning this up. So I'm going to turn this heat off Since I have it where I want it to be, and remove this. Take my thermometer out as well. And put it to the side. So this is what our mixture is looking like. It looks so great. It's a thick, nice consistency. And now we'll start adding our butter. When you add your butter, just add it in chunks and nice and cubed. And we're gonna just stir it and mix it until all of our butter melts. Once it melts, I'm gonna throw it in these jars. Now that my jars are full, we're just gonna wipe our rim, normal routine, put the lids on it. And now we're gonna put these straight into our water canner and get these going. Put these right in. And then I'm going to can up the rest of my lemon juice. Because my lemon juice is not warm, I have some, and I'm gonna move this so you can see. The pot that I was, because my lemon juice was not warm, the pot that I was using to do my double boiler in for the lemon curd, I have turned it on high and put my lemon juice in here just so I can warm it up a bit and it won't shock anything. And I am going to pour the rest of this lemon juice into these 2 containers. And again, lemon juice is technically, they say, unsafe to can depending on the acidic level because you can't really test it at home. So what I'm going to do is add regular lemon juice to this as well, just to make sure that the acidity is where it should be to make it shelf stable. So I'm just filling it to where I need it. To be at. We'll put some lids on these. And I'm going to add it into the same pot with my lemon curd. And then we will be water bath canning these guys for 20 minutes total. Do your normal cool down process and we'll put it right on the towels. And that should be all for our day of canning lemons, lemon juice, lemon curd, and our candied jalapenos. I almost forgot. Ding dong. But this is warming up and it's almost to where these are. So I'm going to switch these out. Okay guys, so we got our last batch out of the canner. Whew, finally, I'm hot. I'm so hot. I understand why people say being pregnant in the summer is horrible because it really is. I'm sweating in this house, but this is our stuff. I did do 2 empty jars of just water here, just so my stuff wouldn't be moving around too much. But I'm going to move all of these. This is what our lemon curd is looking like. Hi, Bubba. And then our lemon juice. Beautiful. So we're going to sit these to the side, get these cooling, let them pop, and we're done.